Hello. Tune into the episode of the Wunderkind Morning Show. What is good, everybody? We're here at Bimbo Bakeries. I got the pastor with me. You'll kind of start seeing, so like, it's not a ghost making that stuff float. The pastor's helping me out. All right, guys? So let's get it. When everyone comes in here, I start saying good morning. All right. Snacks. All right. King Blaze, good morning, good morning, good morning. What up? Yeah. What's good, man? Ash, good morning. Always a pleasure to have you. What's up? Dr. Rush, what up? I know, guys, we didn't get to do this last week, but y'all understood what last Friday was, and I don't think I need to elaborate, but definitely getting back into the swing of things. So glad everyone's here this morning. Chris, good morning, good morning. I have Horace. Hey, listen, man, I see you making fun of me in Coach's chat yesterday talking about some YouTube most wanted. Yo, yes, I got the pastor with me, guys, helping me. So the stuff is not floating. It's just an extra set of hands helping out, guys. Yeah. So, guys, listen. Y'all heard about the stuff with the Ravens and the breakdown that had happened with. I did a video on it last night. So, Rich Gannon, who was it? Rich Gannon, Matt Ryan, and Kurt Warner were talking about Lamar and the Baltimore Ravens. And look, guys, I've been real like defensive when it comes to stuff with certain things because people usually say things for clout, but yeah, it's not going nowhere. For clout, but some of the stuff they said actually, I mean, outside of Warner, some of the stuff that they were saying was actually valid. And they were pretty much saying, Lamar had a struggling year last year, right? But can you even really call it struggling when the people around him are failing him? O-line's playing bad, and the defense was atrocious. So this is what I was trying to get through to everybody, man. Next year should be a very good year for us. Warranted if we can stay healthy. We should have a very good year next year. A very good year next year. And that's going to come into the mindset of saying, okay, if we're going to have a good year next year, how far will we be able to go? Because if we, let's be real. Everyone in this chat, you'll be like, oh, a good year for most teams make it to the AFC Championship game. Nobody here cares if we make it to the AFC Championship game. Everybody here wants to see us make it to the Super Bowl. That's the end goal. That's the final solution. So that's where everyone's mind's at. That's where everyone's mind and goal is at. If it's not there, they're like, it's not good enough. I even got to ask. So if right now, if we make it to the AFC Championship game and we lose, y'all going to be livid, just like I'm going to be livid. Nitro, Nick Wright said Josh Allen could pass for 5,000 yards and win MVP. He's still on with Josh Allen right now. Let him be all in. He gonna be jumping ship before you know it. Jumping ship, complaining, talking about some it's not fair, that Lamar finally has help. Bro, people are hilarious. I'm telling y'all this, man. This year is gonna be a big year for us, man. It gotta be a big year for us. All the defensive-minded guys that we got to help out, mentor, offensive mind with Declan and certain stuff like that. Yeah, man. We got to be looking to cash in now. That's why I'm actually kind of glad because all of these guys are going to be super hungry. I brought that up because you saw about the stuff that happened with Harbaugh that it came out. He was pretty much like, oh, I was right about Mike McDonald, and I'm going to be right about Declan, and I'm going to be right about Zach Orr. And then the guy had asked him and said, oh, so if you were so right, why don't you have him in New York with you? He's like, oh, he just needs a new home. We discussed that together, that he needs a different opportunity. And we all know, like, look, that's more Harbaugh making him sink. Oh, look at this. So that's why, we always talk about Harbaugh being a friend, but he's letting what's his name sink. He's letting Zach Orr sink. And that's why I try to tell y'all, man, like, I'm not a fan of him. I'm just not. I don't know him personally, but I'm not a fan of him. Also, Minter has the pressure of Mike winning one already. Exactly. Yes, yes, he does. But I think he comes out and he's pushed either way. Usually, when you don't have one, you push harder to get that one. That and from everything that Harbaugh said, he was content with just one. Good morning, Seabrido. How you doing? And thank you so much for the donations too. God bless. Um, Team Blaze said Raven fans always say that every year we are going to be good this year. Listen, I'm hoping that we're good this year, right? I'm hoping. It's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we got a team that has a lot of talent on it. A lot of talent on the team. Like, I don't like we should be expecting high. That's the problem that we had with Harbaugh. He was like, oh, as long as we're winning games and making the playoffs, we're good. Like, what? He was getting mad when people was saying pretty much like, hey, we got to make the play, or we got to make the Super Bowl, and if you're not making the Super Bowl, it's a failure of a season. He was getting mad at that. He was like, how dare you say that? You don't know football. Blah, blah, blah. He was content on where he was at. Very content. That's why he was willing to keep. It was more about his ego. He wanted to be right. He cared more about being right than winning. That's crazy to me. It's like you win, people are gonna talk even more about you. That's the level of delusion he was into. I'm not sure I couldn't get, bro. Everyone that was defending him, bro, I don't want to hear nothing, man, because he was doing foolishness. This man came out and said, "I'm gonna be right about that," and wouldn't even give the man a job. Not even gonna give the man a job. He hired everybody else though, but he's not hiring him. Like, bro, but you were willing to think about that. He was willing to lose his job for the Baltimore Ravens. Because he said, I'm not getting rid of the guy that I want to play, even though he's coaching bad. But now that he went to a new team, he won't bring him over there. If that's not hypocritical, I don't know what is. You forced him on us. And even when he was playing, it's okay. He'll be all right. Y'all be all right. We still winning games. We got Lamar. We got Derrick Henry. We'll be all right. And then as soon as now we're having trouble, or as soon as you don't get what you want, now it's, oh yeah, we both decided it'll be better for him to go to somebody else. Like, bro, that's messed up. That's messed up. Go crisscross. So that's what I told you before. I don't want to hear nothing from him, bro. I'm so happy he's gone. I even had some other people saying that we should be thankful to him. I'm like, no. I'm like, Harbaugh, even down to the media. Oh, people were saying that too. Like, all the stuff that was leaking out of the Giants ain't leaking no more because he's one of those guys. He's the one, he wants all news coming through him. So if it leaks, he's the one that put it out. That was from the Giant fans and stuff like that. They've noticed that. New York is a media pub. Everybody knows one of the biggest media pubs in the world. It's mainly where media is. They're used to everything leaking and knowing before anything happens to the press. Nothing since he's been there has been leaked because that's what it is. He wants to be the one to leak it. And people are making excuses for him, bro. No. So all of the narratives in Baltimore and everything else that Todd Monken, you know what I'm saying, and Dial-Line, Lamar Jackson, all that stuff, that was him. It was him. It was him. I honestly feel like, listen, that's like you trying to tell people, professional sports is a dog-eat-dog world. People don't realize how ruthless it could be. People do not understand that. And people become and I keep trying to tell people that when you have millions on the line, people will become very ruthless. People get ruthless if there's thousands of dollars on the line. Imagine if you tell them, oh, there's millions. Come on now, man. I can't wait to watch them flounder this year. I know they're gonna flounder next year, and and then you're gonna hear, oh, it's because he doesn't have a great quarterback, and all the excuses are gonna be made for Harbaugh. It's nasty work. That is ridiculous. Leave it to want buns this early in the morning. Neuro, what's up? Good morning, guys. Please make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you haven't already done so. Nitro Nick is not so in Baltimore at all right now. He said Lamar Jackson may be on the decline. He's not even 30. Let him talk. Shrila Blue, hey, good morning. How you doing? Let him talk, bro. He's just gonna talk. Everybody, listen. That's that new thing. Look, Lamar's career is pretty much over now. Like, so next year when he goes off for 40 plus touchdown passes, I actually think he's probably going to be more in the 30s, high 30s. I think next year he'll throw like 38 or 37, somewhere in that range for touchdown passes. When he's doing that again and going for all the yards and stuff, I want to hear them say, "Oh, well, we thought he was washed up." Oh, well, we just have to think about that because he runs the ball. It's like they're so stupid. Like Michael Vick, even after the dog stuff, came back and was running fine. Even in his last seasons, the one thing that was still there was his legs. It was just that he was punch drunk from taking all those massive hits. His legs were still. Matter of fact, he remember when he had went and beat Shady McCoy in a race. So the last thing to go with Michael Vick was his legs. It wasn't his arm could still flick a ball 80 yards down the field. So, and Lamar, and I keep trying to tell these people, he dodges. He don't take big hits. So we don't got to worry about that when it comes to him. We just don't. And I keep trying to tell people it's foolish that you got people saying what they're saying, but that's what I'm trying to tell you, Jared. It's nothing new. No, that's the talking point, and they're gonna stick with it. I told you when you see how now that Mahomes is down, there's nothing really to talk about. Mahomes don't push the needle in the media. The media wants people to view and to tune in. So because Lamar Jackson's name is a lightning rod, they bring it up a lot. That's just the way it goes. You look at Mahomes has been hurt. No one's saying anything about Mahomes. Josh Allen was supposed to win this. There's no excuse for Josh Allen not winning this year. He had nobody to worry about. Joe Burrow wasn't in the playoffs. Lamar wasn't in the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes wasn't in the playoffs. Herbert lost early in the playoffs. So all of the best quarterbacks he didn't have to worry about. And he still lost. So it's like, come on down, bro. You don't hear them talking about that. All you hear them say is poor Joshy. So once again, like I said, it's news. That's the way how they conduct that stuff. It's annoying, but it's true. They don't conduct it like it should be conducted. They conduct it be like, what are people going to click on? We even have a couple of Raven fans that have been doing that. And I told y'all that. I said, if you want to go viral, just be negative. But I don't believe in doing stuff like that. You want me to show you how easy it is to go viral? I'm going to show you. Watch. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do. Watch. I bet money on it. I'm going to come out with a list of the top 5 quarterbacks, right? I'm going to put Lamar at 1. I'm going to put Jalen Hurts at 2. I'm going to put Patrick Mahomes at 3. And I'm going to put, who else? Oh, I'm going to put Matthew Stafford at 4. And I'm going to put, what's his name of the Patriots at 5. You see what I just told you? If I make that list, even though I don't believe that, if I make that list, right, and I put that out and I make a video of it, and I clip it and put that on TikTok, I put that on Instagram, I put that on Twitter, I promise you it's going to be viral by tomorrow. Because every single Burrow fan is going to be mad at me and try to curse me out. Every single Josh Allen fan is going to be cursing me out. And then you're going to have other guys being like, oh, how are you going to say Lamar and he's garbage and blah, blah. Yeah. You can just dump it. I'm trying to tell y'all, if y'all really want to see me go viral, I can do that. Just to show how easy it is. Y'all gonna be like, wow. If you do stuff that you know can annoy people, it's gonna go viral. Okay. All you gotta do is do something that you know is going to annoy a fan base and you'll go viral. That's how that works. Just do enough to annoy them, to tick them off, and you're viral. And make compelling arguments against it too. Because my thing is, you're saying, someone just said Jalen Hurts isn't top 10. right? How can you say Jalen Hurts is in top 10? How? Like, how can you say that with your chest out? He's been to the Super Bowl twice. He's a Super Bowl winning Super Bowl MVP. He's been an All-Pro. He's been an All-Pro once, Pro Bowler twice. He has more individual accolades than Burrow, Herbert put together, and he has a Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford, and now what's his name over there for the Seattle are the only ones that have a Super Bowl. Remember, that's all that matters. The reason why they prop up Joe Burrow is because he made it to a Super Bowl. So what are we doing here? That's what I'm trying to tell you. So if I make that point, you can't call him a system quarterback and still, but still allude to the fact it doesn't matter because they applaud Purdy for being a system quarterback. They applaud him for it. They applaud him for being a system quarterback. Matthew Stafford's a system quarterback. Jared Goff is a system quarterback. They get applauded for it. Jalen Hurts has never missed the playoffs, ever. And he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Super Bowl MVP. And he outplayed Patrick Mahomes twice. Like, people like that, that's what irks me. It's like, bro, like, let's keep it a buck. Like, this is stuff that he's done. All right. Yeah. That's stuff that he's done. What are you talking about? Yes, he is. Stafford's easily a system quarterback. He's a system quarterback. He doesn't have the physical. Yeah, we just keep that. He doesn't have the physical capability of moving around to create and certain stuff like that. Stafford's one of the most immobile quarterbacks in the NFL. Even Burrow, to an extent, is a system quarterback. Because he can't play unless he's playing in shotgun. But people don't point that out. See, Burrow, best games come when he's strictly in shotgun. But he's a system quarterback. But none of y'all is going to bring it up. No one's going to say, oh, that's not true. Burrow's a system quarterback. And he has elite weapons. Elite weapons. All right, sir. I'm going. You too. God bless you and the family. Yeah, man. Thank you. Yes, and be safe. People don't like to bring that up. People saying he's not a system. Yes, he is. If you define what a system quarterback is, that's exactly what Burrow is. He can't play under center. He only can play in shotgun. We've watched when he's been off the field, the offense is actually at with what's it called? Joe Flacco under center. The offense operated more efficiently with Joe Flacco. The offensive line did better, the run game did better, and the receivers did what they were doing when they had Burrow. Sir, I'm going. Yes, sir. All right. You got the paperwork and we're good. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, you have a wonderful week, man. Thank you. God bless, man. All right, we're out. I'm not saying Burrow's not a beast. That's not what I'm saying. Burrow, you can still be a beast and be a system quarterback. Like, I don't understand why that's like system just means you need a specific system to help you succeed. They thought that Lamar was a system quarterback because he needed Greg Roman. Do you think Burrow's better than Cooper Rush? Yeah, of course he is. I already told y'all this. My personal top 5 list, Burrow's top 5 on my list. I told y'all that. What do you mean that makes no sense? But listen, when Lamar first came out, they said he was a system quarterback that needed a very specific system for him to be successful. Burrow cannot operate without being in the shotgun. That's not conjecture, that's fact. Yeah, you could be a beast in a system quarterback. What are you talking about? Did you not watch Joe Montana? Did you not watch see, this is what I'm talking about when you start to go into the history of the game. Joe Montana was a system quarterback. Dan Marino was a system quarterback. Because you remember the 49ers, that's when they first brought in the West Coast system. See, this is what I'm talking about. You got to understand the history of the game first. He was the Joe, bro. That's what made the 49ers great is when they introduced the West Coast offense. The West Coast offense is a system in which he flourished in. He never flourished in anything else. Trent Dilfer was an assistant quarterback. He was a bad quarterback. Like, yo, that's what I'm saying. You're saying, oh, assistant quarterback you think is bad. Well, who said assistant quarterback is bad? You have a certain system and you do well in the system. Certain guys need a certain system to be well, but that system gets the most out of them. That's what a system quarterback is. Dr. Kush at revised top 5, Nitro, Bryce Young, Cooper Rush, Geno Smith, Jimmy G, Teddy Bridgewater. Nasty work. Brett Favre's another one. A system quarterback. He needed the West Coast. Matter of fact, he took all the plays he had in the Packers and ran it strictly in Minnesota. I when he was throughout that flare play, right? Where pretty much it's an extension of the run game, right? You pump and you just throw it out. And you throw it right to the outside receiver if you see them back off and stuff like that. And it's pretty much at the time it was exclusive to the West Coast offense because of leverage they could cut inside. It was exclusive to the West Coast offense. Just because you're a system quarterback doesn't mean you're trash. There's been a lot of system quarterbacks. Mahomes elite in the system QB. Nah. Mahomes is not system QB. He is the system. Certain QBs are the system. That's what I'm trying to tell with the Joe Burrow stuff, right? How can you make an argument that he's not? The team's offense looked better without him on the field. Name another quarterback right now whose offense looked better without him, and you're saying he's not a system quarterback. Please enlighten me. Let me know. Teach me. Show me. Tell me. Like, come on now. Joe Flacco understand that y'all acting like y'all don't remember when Joe Flacco was on the Bengals and what he was doing with those weapons and how the offensive line looked like a good offensive line, how the run game was looking like a good run game. Y'all acting like y'all don't know that. And everyone's saying, yo, why do you need Burrow then? Like, and that's what I told him. I said, if the Bengals were smart, Burrow is always injured, right? He does not do well in extending plays, right? He has elite weapons. You could trade him, get a whole bunch of draft capital, keep the weapons and stuff that you have, and get another quarterback for cheaper for at least 5 seasons, or extend and then build up your defense. You're getting at least 3 first-round picks for Joe Burrow. I'm letting you know now. You're getting at least 3 of them things. 3. And if he goes to another team without those type of weapons, y'all gonna be like, "Wow, Joe Burrow don't look the same." And everyone's gonna make excuse, "Oh, because he needs help. He an old-fashioned quarterback. He a point guard. He needs people to pass the ball to." That's what they're gonna make excuses for. Like Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, they are the system. Even though they have fault, each one has faults. Because no player is absolutely perfect, but they're the system. Josh Allen is the system. Lamar Jackson is the system. Patrick Mahomes is the system. We watched Joe Burrow get out, and the system looked just fine without him. It was just that the defense couldn't stop nobody. I'm telling you the truth. The truth will set you free. The truth hurts, but it'll set you free. See, this is my problem because they've built up Burrow, and mind you, Burrow's still a top 5 quarterback to me. I don't have that, but they act like what he is doing, what he has is impossible. We've watched 2 different not one, 2 different quarterbacks go onto the Bengals and have outstanding statistical seasons with the weapons he has at his disposal. So what are you trying to tell me here? I have a question, right? Okay, let's flip it. Since everyone's off spot for Burrow, right? Okay, fine. If Huntley came, to the Ravens, right? Lamar went down, and the offense looked literally the same when Lamar's operating at his best, right? It looked the same. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Hello? Yeah. Yes, okay, see? Okay, I'm figuring this out now. Okay. Y'all acting like I'm speaking, like I'm lying or something. I'm not lying. This is how the NFL is. Guys that could do more, like Patrick, and run around, extend plays, just like Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson and other stuff like that. Those guys are asked to do more. How did you hear in Baltimore? Like all the time. You hear it and I'm not, and listen, I tell y'all already, I think Josh, as of right now, is the second best quarterback in the league. I told you guys that. I got Lamar 1, Josh 2, Pat 3. That's what I got it right now. As of right now. It's been like that for the past 2 seasons for me. Well, I don't know why everyone be disagreeing with me, right? When I was calling that Joe Burrow was going to miss the playoffs, everyone told me I was crazy, right? Where did everyone else calling me crazy during that time? I say he gonna miss the playoff, he gonna play bad, and he gonna get hurt again. Y'all told me I wish him not an injury. He gets hurt every other year. This is another year. Just like I called the 49ers having an injury-plagued season. I'm like, every other season they get injury-plagued. And everyone said, no, Nitro, no. What happened those times? Nitro, use numbers. Stop saying they did. Yo, I always talk about some, YouTube is hearing me talking to me like, oh, nah, you don't like that. Cut. Yo. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, YouTube been tripping on my channel. I don't know why. You listen, think about the egregious things that people be saying on YouTube. What they be doing. I be out here getting bread for church ministry, talking to you guys on a live, and they be trying to cut the live. It's nasty, bro. It's nasty work out here. It's not just his O-line, Stacy, because if you're gonna say his O-line is the reason why he was getting hurt, think about this real quick. Why was Joe Flacco so comfortable behind his O-line? His O-line, and matter of fact, I'll even go even further. What's his name? Jamar Chase. If y'all don't believe me, go look this up right now. Because y'all gonna be like, wow. I'm gonna be like, yeah, thank you. Jamar Chase came out and said it wasn't the O-line's fault either. Jamar Chase said, nah, before you could have said that. You can't say that now. Nah, the O-line's been playing good. So that's what I be trying to say, bro. Like, you have Jamar Chase, who is Joe Burrow's guy, came out and been like, bro, it's not the O-line's fault. It's not. They've been playing good. It's not their fault. Maybe before it was, but now it's not. Yeah, Horse said, you spreading faith and love and holding media accountable, laugh out loud. YouTube said, we seen enough. Yo, y'all need to start wilding in the comments, bro. Yo, Horse is wilding, bro. Man said, yo, YouTube said, you spreading faith, love, and holding media accountable. Yeah, we seen enough. Cut. It's not that I think that the tush push is making them. You already know I hold that against them. The reason why I hold it against him is because everyone holds it against Jalen Hurts. Like, how can you hold it against Jalen Hurts and not hold it against Josh Allen? Josh Allen is, let's be real, even if you take away, you know what I'm saying, what's it called? The tush pushes, he's still elite. Elite. That's what I'm saying. I don't got to be the biggest fan of you to speak truth. Even though Burrow played for the Bengals, I got him top 5. I got him top 5. If you do not believe what Nitro is saying, go look at Jamar Chase saying the same thing I'm saying. Jamar Chase. What's going to be your excuse that Jamar Chase said that? He's being paid to say that? Hey. Jamar Chase came out and said that it's not the O-line's fault. Joe got to do a better job. He needs to work on his body. That's exactly what he said. That's a quote. So I'm looking at y'all like, come on now, man. How y'all getting mad at me for telling the truth? He made Nitro, but keep cooking. Yo, listen, man. That's what I try to tell y'all, man. Listen, I'm just being honest. I'm just honest. Don't hate me because I'm trying to be honest here. That's what God said. He said, "Want the truth." People don't like the truth, though. Telling y'all, man. Listen, I'm be real with you. I think Josh is still a top quarterback. I do. He does make a lot of mistakes. He's turnover prone, but Brett Favre is still a top quarterback, and he was turnover prone. You know what I'm saying? Like some quarterbacks turn the ball over, but they make a lot of splash plays. Josh Allen makes a lot of splash plays. The most annoying thing about Josh Allen to me is not that he makes turnovers, that he be flopping. That's the most annoying thing about Josh Allen's game that annoys me. That just irks me. Ugh, right? But outside of that, Josh Allen is still a top 3 quarterback in the league. And just because what's it called, Mahomes is hurt doesn't mean he's not a top 3 quarterback. Like, people forgetting who Mahomes is. You know what I'm saying? Injuries happen. It's football. This is what goes down it. And you just have to be able to, you know what I'm saying, navigate through that. But if we're talking about the best players in the game, specifically quarterback, those are your top 3 quarterbacks. It's Lamar, Allen, Mahomes. This thing where no Matthew Stafford's top 3 or these new guys. How? Like, on what stage? Matthew Stafford regularly gets outplayed by the guys we just named. Regularly. Brett Favre led the league in passing touchdown multiple times. You can't compare Allen to Favre. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you said passing touchdowns and stuff like that, but he also led them in interceptions. You know what's a funny basketball conclusion? This is the same thing I used to say about Magic Johnson. People, when you read the lore about Magic Johnson, I'll pump for you. When you read the lore about Magic Johnson, right? People never bring up the fact that a lot of those seasons he was leading the league in assists. He was leading the league in turnovers. And people don't know that because they don't actually read up on the history. They read up on the lore. Stafford's not top 5. You out of your mind. Somebody might say go Stafford. Scan and go.
That's it. That's the credit card.
Okay, I get it from you. Yeah. What's up, Goku's nephew? I like Weaver. I think Weaver's an intelligent football mind. I think he's gonna be able to do a lot with it, and yeah, get the most out of him. Oh no, it's blocked. What? That one? Hey, with his car? Yeah. You know, obviously we all wanted for yeah. We all wanted Flores, but I'll take Weaver. Straight up, I take Weaver. Yo, my bad. I'm at Sam's gas station. I ain't trying to get nobody else in the video. I'm just live trying to get some gas because we getting gas and stuff. I be pumping. But yeah, listen, I like Weaver. I think that he's an amazing addition. Once again, it's a whole bunch of intelligent football minds. It's about getting the most out of the guys in the room and bouncing ideas off of them. That's what you want. That's what you need. That's what you ask for. That's part of the reason why I said, okay, I'm actually impressed by Minter. Some guys, you try to be the smartest guy in the room forcefully and try to do it. And the most successful people in the world is not the smartest guy in the room at times. It's gathering and putting the smartest people in the room in your circle. You feel me? That's where I'm at with that. That's where I'm at with that. Stafford not top 5, but Hurts is. That's true now. I mean, Stafford's an MVP now. So, yeah, I'd put Stafford over Hurts now. Yeah. Hurts would be 6. I put Stafford in my top 5 now. He's an MVP. He's an MVP. He got the All Pros. He got a Super Bowl. Yeah. Yeah, I'd put Stafford at top 5 now. Yeah. Even though I like Hurts. I put Hurts number 6. Because that's how much Like, that's what I'm saying. What you do matters. It has to, like, you just can't, like, what you accomplish matters. It does. That's why they fought so hard for Josh to get an MVP. Because people's like, how are you talking that he's an MVP? Lamar got 2 MVPs. Mahomes got 2 MVPs, and Lamar got 2 first team All Pros. Mahomes got 2 first team All Pros, and also you got him. Mahomes got the Super Bowls and Super Bowl MVPs. Jalen Hurts got All Pro, Pro Bowls, and he got a Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP under his pocket too. You feel me? Yeah, I got him 6. That's fair. Like, bro, what I want you to do when you're arguing with me, I'm speaking is what they've accomplished. I'm taking my feelings out of it. Jalen Hurts has achieved more than Joe Burrow in the league. It's not even an object of discussion. Jalen Hurts has never missed the playoffs. Jalen Hurts has won a Super Bowl, been to 2 Super Bowls, Super Bowl MVP. He's been a one-time All-Pro, 2-time Pro Bowler, and he was second in MVP voting 1 year. Like, what are we talking about here? So that's why I'm saying that people will be like, Joe Burrow's top 5. No, he's not. Because let's be real. Thank you for go. Okay, we're good. We're good. Because then how could you put Joe Burrow over Stafford based on what they've accomplished? Oh, well, Joe Burrow's been to a Super Bowl. Stafford's won a Super Bowl, and he's been an MVP. It's the same difference with it's the same thing with Jalen Hurts. It's the same thing with Jalen Hurts. As a starting quarterback, Jalen Hurts has never missed the playoffs. As a starting quarterback, Jalen Hurts has never missed the playoffs. Just let you guys know that. You need to recheck that, bro. As a starting quarterback, Jalen Hurts has never missed the playoffs. See what I'm saying? That so I'm saying, like, you got a guy that's okay. Let's switch it. Question then: how much is a Super Bowl worth to you guys then? And this is my argument with Joe Burrow. People argue he's been to a Super Bowl, right? He should be a top 5 quarterback. Just him losing it. You got a guy over here that's won it, and he's been to 2 of them, and he was the best player in it twice. Like, what are we doing here? Like, nah, bro, nah. I think you're making me mad, you know. You're messing with my feelings, guys. I don't like that. Stafford should be over Allen too. Then he's accomplished more at this point. True. If you're just talking accomplishments, it's an when you talk about a top 5 player, it's everything. It's everything. It's not just accomplishments. Because if that's the case, then what's his name got a Super Bowl? Then we're just putting him in the top 5 because he has a Super Bowl. Like, it's everything. Jalen Hurts is a leader of men. He might not be the great, and he has probably the best deep ball thrower in the NFL too. To add that on it, he might not have the gaudy passing stats, right? But some of the best quarterbacks of all time never had the gaudy passing stats. What's his name on Dallas didn't have gaudy passing stats. Terry Bradshaw didn't have crazy passing stats. What's that quarterback for Denver? I forgot his name. You know what I'm talking about. He won 2 Super Bowls. The old quarterback for them, he didn't have a lot of great pass. And don't tell me it was back then, because back then they had guys that were having great passing statistics seasons. 4,400, 4,500 passing seasons. Elway, thank you guys. Elway didn't have great passing seasons. He's still a Hall of Famer, still one of the greatest. He was still one of the best quarterbacks of his time. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's an accumulation of everything. You have to take everything into account. You have to take everything into account and put everything and say, okay, this is what it is. I'm not hating on Burrow. At this time, Burrow's not even a top 5 quarterback no more. And some people just made a great Think on that. How can he be? Like Stafford, Stafford and Hurts are over Burrow. So let's work out the top 5, right? Let's do that. Let's work out the top 5. I got Lamar as number 1, the best individual player in the NFL. If you want to say Mahomes because he's achieved the most, fine. I'm not going to argue with you. But one of those two are 1 and 2, right? Fine. Josh Allen, for most people, is either 2 or 3. Fine. But those are the top 3. Lamar, Allen, Mahomes. Go under that, right? Now we're getting to guys that have achieved a lot and won, right? Because that's the only other people you're going to really compare it to. So you have to put Stafford up there, right? And Hurts has to be up there. You can't put Burrow in that. Think about what we're saying all those other guys have accomplished. The top 5 guys in the league, 4 of them got MVPs. Like, yo, Allen's an MVP. Mahomes is an MVP. Lamar's an MVP. Stafford's an MVP. Those are the top 4. Jalen Hurts, he got all pro, multiple Pro Bowls, second in MVP voting, a Super Bowl champion, and a Super Bowl MVP. He's 5th. Burrow can't be it. Someone just made a great point. How are you going to hold Stafford out of it then? And Stafford has multiple amazing passing seasons. And some of the greatest seasons, matter of fact, scratch that. Out of the top 5 receiving seasons of all time, Stafford was the quarterback 3 of the times. Think about it. Out of the top 5, 3 of the best receiving statistical seasons in NFL history. Megatron, Cooper Kupp, what's his name? Puka Nakua. All with Stafford. What's wrong with this truck? The truck's driving sideways. What is it? You don't see this?
Spring's busted.
Hey, yo.
Spring is busted.
Let's get away from this, please.
It's called crab walking. Rear springs are busted.
Bro, I'm watching an old school truck drive sideways. Like it's part of Paul Walls, people chant stuff. Nah, bro, I'm good. I have Stafford 6. I'd have to have Burrow 6. Stafford has to be top 5. He's a Super Bowl champion and he's an MVP. Bro, yo, y'all need to see, bro. Should I see y'all? I can't even show y'all. I can't. Look at this, guys. Look over there. See that truck back there? It's driving sideways. You see it? The car just pulled in front of it. It's driving sideways, bro. Old school truck. Nah, bro, they wilding, bro. This man is driving sideways, guys. I'm scared. He got a Toyota riding sideways on a main street, bro. 3 lanes. Talking about mad traffic. Can't put Stafford over Burrow because of mobility. And when Stafford had to carry a team in Detroit, he didn't. Fair. But once again, you can't say Burrow's carried. Burrow hasn't carried anything. Burrow's had better weapons than Stafford had. Burrow has had better weapons, right? The O-lines are a scratch. Run game's a scratch. So, and then Matthew Stafford won a Super Bowl and an MVP. You can't now. This is what I'm talking about with Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow can do the bare minimum, and he's up there with the top 3 and top 5. It's nasty work. Your accomplishments mean something. You have to be able to accomplish something. Guys, look at this. Oh, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Bro, look at this. You see that man? That man's out there sitting sideways all in a daze. Sitting sideways, man, a daze. Nasty. No, that's dangerous, bro. That man is driving legit sideways. Yeah, that's like Sally. Exactly. Burrow's backups have outplayed, bro. I'm not tripping about this, bro. You've had 2 different quarterbacks come in with the help that Joe Burrow has, and have looked amazing. I can make the argument that if what's his name that one season would have started the whole season, they would have made the playoffs that season. They killed his confidence. Jake Browning, yeah. If they would have kept him in that one season, they would have made the playoffs. They kept trying to force Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow was having games. He had 80 passing yards for the entire game. Nah, bro. No. No, we don't go. Lamar, Mahomes, Allen, Hurts, Stafford. Yeah. That's my top five, King Lee. That's my top five. Yeah, Asian passing, yeah. Okay, answer me this, Nitro. Do you think any team in the league is picking Hurts over Burrow as their QB? No! I would. But once again, a lot of teams won't because they won't even listen. I can make the same argument. Most teams are not picking Herbert. They were not picking Hurts over Herbert or Lawrence. I can make the argument some of them won't even pick him over Purdy. He can outplay them every game that they play. They don't care. They're like, nah, it's something about those quarterbacks we like. Nah, bro. Out of here. That's how be the same teams think that, bro, don't think that Lamar's a top 5 quarterback in the league. That's what I'm saying. That's mute. That's a mute argument. Them people don't know football. What they know is they know bias. That's what they know. They don't know football. They know bias. But if you go online right now and ask, is anybody picking Herbert over Hurts? 90% of people are going to say, yep, I'm picking him over. Yeah. If you ask for Lawrence, they're going to say, yeah. Purdy, they're going to say, yeah. I'm telling you, I'm not even asking you. The majority is going to rule in that favor. And you're going to be like, wow. And I'm be like, I tried to tell y'all. Neither was Josh Allen. Lamar never played with any football on the offensive side, any football top talent. He got a Heisman. He almost got back-to-back Heismans, literally doing everything for his team. Everything. His receivers weren't great. Same thing in college. His receivers weren't great. O-line was susceptible through pass rush for pass rush. You know what I'm saying? On passing down and stuff like that. Bro, he won the Heisman because he threw for 3,500 passing yards and 1,600 rushing yards. That's all I'm saying. When you bring, that's what I'm trying to say. When you start bringing some of these other people, you get excused. Josh Allen his complete percent and everything was horrible. Mahomes was throwing mad interceptions in college too. They just didn't like Lamar. And none of those guys were even close to being a Heisman in college. Lamar was a Heisman and almost won it back-to-back seasons. Darnold might have been higher horse. I don't. I think Darnold was up there. I think he was up there in accuracy. I think Darnold definitely was. I think he was. I think you're 100% right on that. Someone else check that, please. I think you're 100% right on that. I think he was. So I'm not arguing with you on that. I'm not arguing with you on that. But if I think you're correct, I'm gonna tell you I think you're correct. I'm not gonna argue with you. I think you're right. Nah, we don't do that over here. Yeah, as I'm trying to tell everybody. At Texas Tech. Yep. That's why college, once again, you have to take an accumulation of everything. College is the only success and the only barometer of how you gauge a player. There's been a lot of players that weren't great players in college that turned into great players in the NFL, or were mid players in college and somehow became all pros, stuff like that in the pros. So you know what I'm saying? Is what it is. Like, that's how college and stuff is. But my thing is, I'll put it this way: Lamar won an MVP, and they were still doubting him. After Lamar won a unanimous MVP in 2019, they were saying that Kyler Murray was better than him, Baker was better than him, Mahomes, Allen was better than him, Stafford was better than him. Like, come on now. When they did the top 10 quarterbacks after Lamar won an MVP, he wasn't even in the top 10 in the NFL. He had one of the greatest quarterback seasons of all time. That was right after he won the MVP, and they won 14 games. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. So everyone's saying it's out of college, not just out of college. They've been talking reckless about Lamar forever, no matter what he does. Even after he went to Super Bowl, you're gonna see him talking reckless. And that's why I tell y'all why I don't want to. I don't disrespect Jalen Hurts, because they keep saying that it doesn't matter what you do. Super Bowls are all that matter. And Jalen Hurts got the Super Bowl, and he went to two of them. And they're like, "Well, your Super Bowls don't matter because we don't like you." Nah, bro. What kind of foolishness is that? Joe Burrow has been propped up because he made it to a Super Bowl. He made it to one Super Bowl and he's lost. He hasn't made the playoffs in 3 seasons. And he's the best, he's so great, he's so magnificent, he's magical, he's Disney magical. A whole new world, Burrow, don't you close your eyes. All that stuff going down, right? He's so magic. He got Mickey's hat, the blue one from Fantasia, for losing in the Super Bowl. That's enough. But guys that have won it, it's not. Out of here, bro. Lamar's a 2-time MVP, 3-time first-team All-Pro quarterback, right? And he's if you want to go back, he's a Heisman winner. And they talk about he in the top 5, he in top 10. Get out of here, bro. That's what I'm saying. They only do it for the people that they like, or look the part. It's not even so much. These guys want you to look a certain way, and that's why they don't give you the. And people get enamored because the media. This is the power of the media. The media controls the minds because they control the perception. Perception becomes reality. That's how mentals work. If you hear every day, that this person is a bad person, you in the back of your mind, your subconscious starts to believe that they're a bad person. You start looking for the bad qualities. That's the power of the media. Suggestion. That's why I told you I don't like them, because they pick and choose who the heroes and villains are. And usually the villains look a certain way and the heroes look a certain way. If we're just going to be real. Yeah. I don't know, Coach J, be an idiot. Yeah, exactly, Jared. Exactly. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, he'll say, "Oh, real QB stay in the pocket, right, and take the hit and deliver the ball," but will then ingratiate and big up Allen and Purdy and them for their mobility. Y'all don't remember when, and I know you remember this. Let me see if I can jog your memory. They said that Burrow's a real quarterback because he doesn't need his mobility to be successful. Okay, fine. When Burrow hurt his foot, he can no longer move around and do all type of stuff like that and be mobile. Because even Burrow is still a mobile quarterback. People say he's just not the most mobile, but he's still a mobile quarterback, right? Even when he was doing that, he was having trouble. He could no longer do it. He was getting hit. He could no longer extend the play and all that stuff like that. And I said, well, he's garbage then, because now he's proved that he needs his legs to be successful. And everybody just pushes that off like, oh yeah, that was only one season though. Oh, it's not really fair. It's not really like it didn't happen. Out of here, bro. Nasty work, bro. Nasty work. But guys, we're about to be at the church. I want to thank everybody for being here. Please remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, be blessed. Hey, guys, also subscribe to the Patreon because you know we've been demonetized. Way to support the channel. The Cash App is there too. You guys already know. If you guys want to just donate or help out, you know what I'm saying? That's how you guys do it. Okay, guys? Have a blessed day. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see y'all later with 2 vids. And I'm out this joint. Peace. We out. God's good, guys.